3, 10, 9, Right, I'm about to broadcast pretty soon. Here we go. All right, I'm not live yet, and I will go live. I'll edit this video hopefully. All right. Almost there, guys. Got to start my broadcast. Version 1, so don't be too unhappy with me. 3, 2, okay, 3, okay, this is sort of the prequel to the start, guys. So, about to start. Yep, sorry it's a bit crappy, I know, but that's how it is. Alright, kiddies, you're about to launch into Anthony's YouTube channel. Here we go. Okay, kiddies, about to launch into Anthony's YouTube channel. You can see why the cake on the mascara, eh? Holy fuck. Could be worse. Okay, maybe need a little bit more natural light, I think. Alright, kiddies, so 3. Okay, about to tune into Anthony's tech vlog or whatever the fuck I'm going to be talking about. I don't even know. 3, 2. I wonder why. Not nearly as useful as I thought it was.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right. Here we are. Need a little bit of tech expertise there, don't I? So, hello New Zealand. Welcome to Update, New Zealand's only tech news update. Get updated on stuff from Anthony Blomfield. But let's be blunt, I won't be able to stop talking politics. So, the truth is, why I'm doing this, people, is I just cannot live another day with nothing interesting on the radio on a daily basis or TV. So I thank you for coming along. And yeah, so update. I'm pretty disappointed. It's actually it's not fair. This is quite fun. I'm already enjoying it. I'm sorry, it's pretty ugly. Just cut my hair. It's amazing, eh? You go on stream and you start realizing, oh man, you got the wrinkles. No wonder all these fashionable people get Botox and everything. But look, I don't understand how we don't have news in New Zealand. I don't understand it. It's almost like we don't have news. We actually don't have a news channel in New Zealand, or I guess a investigative insights to stuff in New Zealand. I know there's a few individuals doing a few things, but we don't actually have a news channel. An in-depth, ongoing, every night, what's going on with the world and New Zealand, and I just can't handle it anymore. I just rigged this up tonight. Sorry, it's pretty amateurish, but this is what you get for $1.50. Update, you can see my logo there. Yeah, flipped. So I'm a news junkie. I'm sure it's actually the best thing to be addicted to. I'm not so much addicted to it. It's when probably 10 years ago I got addicted to news, but New Zealand used to have some of the best reporters and investigative journalists, and I just can't handle what's going on. I just can't. So let's start with the positive. Back in when I was growing up, we just had so many cool presenters with really high IQs, and even then you could tell they were sort of being muzzled a bit. And maybe not just hard muzzled, but just the way that they had to never really take anything further. So give you a couple of examples. Good old Holmes, Paul Holmes. You got the old Sofa was pretty good. Still, he's one of the best ones now. And John Campbell used to be really cool. And then you had people like Mike Hosking, which had a really nice format in the breakfast show, which is what he suited. That kind of like latte drinker, fresh off out of the cafe with his hair all whisked up and a bit of stubble, and his girlfriend at the time, and they actually really had a good vibe on the breakfast show. And that's what he suited, just on TV, not on the radio, and having a few crazy people on board, and that's what he suited. And then at night, investigative stuff, Simon Dello and Campbell Live and Paul Holmes, we debated things. He did the panel where people we brought in and investigate. And now, for the last couple of years, I just can't deal with it. I cannot deal with it. It's almost like I don't even know why I'm bothering. I don't even know why I'm doing this. It's just a joke. Who's that? So we've got basically Newstalk ZB, and it betrayed us. Betrayed us. They're irredeemable. Actually irredeemable. And I do love Heather Duplessis Allen and her husband Sophie. And I think for their own integrity, they need to resign now from Newstalk ZB. I think instead of even trying to fix it, I think they're just going to take their name. It's irredeemable. It really is. They put this joke on in the evenings. I guess like I don't know how you feel in New Zealand, but like in the evenings, I want to know what's going on with the country. What happened? I want to talk back radio for the whole evening on what's going on. And at the moment, it's just painful. It's painful. Anyway, so you got this guy on the evenings on Radio Talk, News Talk ZB now for the last 352 million years, last 20 years or something, this Marcus Lush. It's like the anti-radio host. It's anti. It's everything that the radio was made to be. He manages to not do that. And even at his best, he's talking about cupcake holders. We've got so many issues being developing in this country. It's just you just can't listen to News Talk ZB. So I was hoping someone would come in and do an evening show on what's been going on in the evening. And Today FM managed to make that worse. Sean Plunkett can't get his bloody ANT gear and get the streaming. I don't know why that's so hard. And got Jack Tame sort of Saturdays, sport, cooking shows and gardens. I don't know. I just can't deal with it. I guess conscience got to me and I had to at least do something. So it's just too much. It's too painful. I guess as news in itself, it's just our media is just, this is not fair. It's not fair. So let me tell you, do I really have to even do this? No, I'm doing it now. Just, they're not even, I don't know how. Let me try and think of the good. I mean, I'm a general optimist, so what can I think of the good? Well, with the help of the very evil News Talk ZB and other mainstream media in New Zealand, they have managed to destroy almost the whole country. Certainly small business. That's how bad they've got. And so what's good can come out of this? Well, I guess the good thing is for those people that want to buy New Zealand. So if you want to buy New Zealand now, you can get it at a bargain basement price. So it's a positive. The positive will be those people who want to buy New Zealand up. Anything you want, buy. There's not much you come and buy if you want it. There's just endless empty buildings in Queen Street. There's zero competition for any real services. I don't know. I guess my take is that I'm really hoping it is a World Economic Forum. That would stop me having a heart attack. I'm gonna just believe that, even if deep down I'm not sure if it's true. But I want to say that the World Economic Forum has decided to bankrupt New Zealand and make it just for the billionaires to visit a natural part of the world and look at nature, and effectively rid it of the people and a few tourist people. Governor Murray's doing the war dance, and it's just for the super rich to go, look, there's an island in the whole country that's not touched. And it's just going to be the billionaires or even the millionaires. Oh, look at that, there's a country there that's all green and lots of nature. And there's no commerce down there. They're not a real country. They're kind of like the World Park. So that could give me hope that it's been done for this rich Americans, Swiss, Germans, Russians, Egyptians, to say, look, we kind of wanted one island of the world to be a unpopulated green pasture of making, of just trees and animals and birds. So now, if I look at it optimistically, I'm on their side now and say, oh, cool, I can see if I was a rich billionaire in America saying, oh, it's nice to have an island. I mean, shame about all the people that are effectively pushing to not thrive and leave the country if they've got a brain, or just be sort of servants to looking after nature and looking after tourists. Producing some food, but so I guess if that's the reason that the media in New Zealand is just so evil, because they aren't serving us. I mean, it's almost worse if they pretend they're serving us. So they aren't serving us. At least they're being true to those evil people that want to depopulate New Zealand. And I don't mean just come in and poison us off. No, it's just millions of people who have lost the hope to live or produce or have families. They're smaller versions of themselves. There's less commerce. There's no factories. There's no manufacturing. There's just token little businesses, and and the rest have moved out, or the ones that are here are just single and they're just surviving to get through their life. And so, if that's the plan of the media, then they're going to have a country of probably only 3 million in 20 years, and it will just be zero commerce. So, if they've been paid to do that and they're treasonous to New Zealand, then they don't even, they literally are just foreign agents sent from rich people and said, "Oh, here's the playbook how to destroy the modern Western civilization." Then, well, I guess they've done that, and and those rich people have decided that, whoever they are, and I'm hoping they are, because the worst is the alternatives was Swiss bankers or whatever. Then they'll be like, "Oh, you guys, you media, you pay that playbook to the T. I mean, divide, conquer, confuse. Wow, this is good." So I don't want to be I don't want to be a loser in the situation. So it's sort of like, well, if that's the case, then but then again, it's kind of stupid, because it's not. That's not the way to behave. So must admit, it's I can't even handle it. New Zealand mainstream media. Yeah, shame on you. Wait and forget. I wish I could forget. And shame on you, sushi advertising them. But I guess the truth is, they don't. Newstal ZB doesn't care. They get all their money from state ads, ACC, Click My Nose Division, Ministry of blah blah beep beep beep. All putting ads on there. We have a fascist government. We have a fascist government, people. It's as simple as that. And like I'm off. I'm out of here. Not my problem, kids. It's not my problem. I guess that's kind of my problem, is why the hell do I care so fucking much? It's kind of the curse I have, is this blood connection to this country, It feels like it's part of my soul has been destroyed. It's not like I can just turn a blind eye and walk away, and that's what's so hard. So, but then again, maybe if I was overseas, I could forget, and my parents have had their lives really there. It's not anything to do with them. They were sort of oblivious to it. I lived in the heyday of New Zealand and Auckland, and other people. A lot of the evil bitches I know are basically benefiting from the corruption anyway. So what the fuck am I doing here? What the fuck am I doing? Trying to even give a damn. Pretty much, you're all guilty, New Zealand. Pretty much most of you are guilty on some part or another. Certainly, the mainstream media is, again, like, you can't even pretend to kind of say they're bad, because it's like they're not redeemable. They're not like they're making bad, horrible mistakes. They're way past that. They're like pretty much like an invading army, but they just managed to use information. It's a war. And you got a few resistant groups jumping up now. And me and a few other people were kind of like shouting this, 20 years ago, 10 years ago. And, one of the old leaders, the actual president, he really gave me some solace. And he said New Zealand was sort of populated by the Scottish. And there's a real sort of mean streak of judgmental and just not caring if other people are sort of failing, miserable. And so, unlike sort of Americans that really fought for themselves, the Australians, sort of more those Greeks and those South people that really cared about people. I think New Zealanders, just fuck you, basically. It's sort of true that Scottish sort of, oh yeah, well, I mean, look what you let John Keys do for 9 years, and you all probably all got your houses going up in price. What the fuck do I care about New Zealand? Maybe this is what my rant is. Why the fuck do I care about New Zealand? You young are just too fucking dumb. Sure, there's some sparks now with the Generation Z. You millennials, I fucking enjoy this. Try not to swear. Don't want to get too many YouTube hits. Um, so you millennials, you're like basket cases for you're like the bread of all the social policy, putting a milkshake and shaking about, squeezed and frozen into ice cream. You're like the latte drinking, flipping millennial botch up son. So and then the baby boomers, as if like they didn't care. New Zealand baby boomers, holy moly, motorbikes and lawnmowers and bigger houses. And then us Generation X, we got a big face. We kind of didn't see it all coming and didn't fight nearly as hard. And sorry about that, but I've done my bit to try and redeem myself. And then so you've got the baby boomers that kind of like basically caused it. The hippies in universities, and you got the millennials that sucked it up, and kind of fuck you both, to be honest. The old people I really don't give a fuck about you really old people anymore. You're just moaners bitches, to be honest, moaning about your stupid housing going up next door. You sat around doing nothing your whole life, milking Billy state, fucking over you. Yeah, money paid. Let's be honest, the woman, it's your husband's at work, if you're still alive, 90, just ragged off him. And Generation Z, they'll probably find a way through. And then the real young ones, well, they're kids, and it's a great place to be as a kid in New Zealand. So basically, why the fuck do I give a fuck about New Zealand? Why the fuck am I here? I've got to get the fuck out. Get out of New Zealand. Why the fuck am I trying to fucking out New Zealand? Why the fuck am I wasting my time? You're too fucking dumb. And that's the worst thing, to have a little bit of hope. That's what's probably the most painful thing in the last 5 years is these brought my heart as this little bounce of, oh, please, maybe Today FM, that will change it. Today FM, when they come, they'll have a whole lot of in-depth interviews. Oh, fucking, okay, so the double down evil fucking bastards of Today FM and double down all their evil fucking lies and mistruths, and obstification, suck evil pieces of cunt shit. And then you've got Sean Plunkett picks his nose. This is the problem. Even our best are like just little hippies of Wellington who think they're interesting because they read a couple of books in the 90s. Nah, sorry, mate. Too late. And so, why the fuck do I care? Peter Beck, it's not a New Zealand company. It won't be long before he's like, oh, fuck, what are we doing here? Pretty primitive. What the fuck are we doing in this country? We're going to have to take offshore. Won't be long. Australia now opens a launch facility in Australia. Oh, Rocket Labs moved its launch facility to Australia. Honestly, it's embarrassing. So what the fuck do I care, New Zealand? Why the hell do I care? I don't even care. Yeah, again, always, this is a scary thing. I'm like, oh, surely now news talks would be able to realise all the fucking economy's fucked. They're going to look at who their hosts are. Kerry horrible Woodham for the last fucking 20 years. What the hell? So over it. She's still on. I thought, there's going to be a new host. There'll be a new host. Oh, just wait on. There'll be someone that's in touch with you and with the issues. Oh no, not New Zealand media. If you don't like something about their hosts or their B-class journalists, they'll replace it with a double down worse. Retard anytime you want. You'd be surprised. You think they got the host on now that's a loser or a retard? Freak. Oh, no way. Oh, God. Not a chance. You have no idea. I had no idea how retarded they were. And you got the resistance movement, and I don't know, guys. It's not my fight anymore. I hope you're not too late. I hope you're not too late. It's a shame because the pen is mightier than the sword, and if more people had been active with writing years ago, for me, there's two last hopes of this country, okay? And I hope to be proven wrong. I really hope someone can pull something out of their hat, prove me wrong. But my last hope really was Don Brash. He was labelled a racist. God, intellectually dishonesty, disingenuousness about intellectual debates in New Zealand. Oh, racist. And so, little piece of shit, old, he's a scumbag, not Key, and um, basically made it rumors about him and his fiance and poor old Don Brash. He wasn't realizing how sick the National Party is, so he just said, "Oh yes, well I am. I don't want to look be seen as a bit bad, so I will resign and let John Key just rape our country, hijack our country." And then, believe it or not, people, you're not going to like me to this in the resistance. The next type after the cunt Key, I just have to swear, was Jacinda. She was actually a hope. I'm no way am I a left wing. I am not. Okay. Mostly I'd say I'm a libertarian, conservative socially, but economically super liberal. I don't think there should be a law around what you can do with your trade and your service, your business. Criminally, sure, but nothing to do with trade. Piss off. Nothing to do with the state. And then socially, yeah, I don't mind a few things to stop drug use and that. So, but like Leighton Smith, but he's a bit of a retard as well. So anyway, so you've got Jacinda, who was actually going to be the next hope. It was. She was. She was. Because when things are that bad, you kind of pull out any emergency situation, and that it was, she was just going to flood the country with social credit money, printed tax money, and just produce infrastructure. Just kind of go, look, guys, this is where we're at, and you just sort of create this massive amount of belief in a nation and infrastructure that you just bowl that for 3 years, and then you bring in a conservative government. But if you know, and so her hope was 100,000 houses. And again, I mean, I'm a capitalist, but if that's what it was going to take, and a government to set up manufacturing concrete. Go and bowl down a fucking mountain in Hamilton, just bowl it down, no resource consent, bowl it down, get the coal in there, burn that bloody limestone and produce concrete over a day, and and get trucks and take those and start building houses, produce jib, bulldoze another mountain down, start producing jib board, turn a whole Rotorua into producing timber and frames. Just fuck the resource consent. So, that was, if Jacinda had done that with the houses, so that Tyford, he should be. He's not even. He won't get to. He belongs on a lower planet, I can tell you. He's not up to our earthly standards of living. He's doesn't belong on Earth, in my mind. He's not even part of us. So anyway, so you got she could have done it, and that was set up a just massive amounts of 100,000 houses, and fuck all the bylaws and all that wank and all this safety bullshit. But fuck off, who cares? And just fuck all the land. The roads don't need to be 50 meters wide, and suck my cock, bloody little bits of paint everywhere. Some bureaucrat wants to flip and know everything. Just, it's a fucking road, people. Stick it down a farm, put some scoria down, bang, and I can build houses, which would be $10 a house. And if she'd done that, like wildly coyote of sort of big left with just endless pushing through with a Ministry of Works, got the trains building, just sort of a sure optimism. She could have done better, but the media were just fucking little pieces of shit even then. Right from day one, they didn't even embrace, sort of that passion, that vision. They just went, yeah, she's not nice at looking at people, and then they didn't hold Bulltover to account. So anyway, so that for me it was too late, So if you think you've got another solution in New Zealand that can save New Zealand, because I'm like, sorry guys, it's not my job. And my gut feeling is just I'm just going to go, fuck it. I tried my best too. And she'll move overseas, bring up her kids. And Wanky Key, he never gave a damn. And poor Don Brash was like 9 years old and he's still trying to help that country. You bastard, don't support him. Because you got that party, but guarantee, even though they'll water down their ideas, they'll water them down. Bald-headed New Zealand piece of cunt. So I got to get the hardest words out because I just don't. It feels like a whole nation of anger that they have to freaking communicate. Dozo. And then, that's where you're at. That's where you're at, New Zealand. So, what's the solution? You're just too dumb, New Zealand. And, so now, it's kind of not my problem. I'm really over-caring. So I think I'm going to even stop the series. Edit it. And do a tech shit. I don't even know. It's so ridiculous, New Zealand. It's so ridiculous. Anyway, you can stay there looking at pieces of cunt while I do my shit I have to do, alright? Note to self. Get out. Easy, man.